So you're on this channel and you're wondering, is AI going to take your job? And the reality is yes. And the reason we started this channel was because if you're thinking that AI is going to take your job, you have a chance to front run that and take your job into your own hands and recreate your dream gig in a way that suits you. And we're going to help you on this channel to build a bridge from one side, which is the current situation that you're in, that you're not really excited about what you're doing possibly, and you're fearing that AI is going to take your job. We're going to build a bridge very quickly, very briefly on how to take your current skill set and create that awesome opportunity you've always been looking for. Let's get started. So let's talk about losing your job, right? And the fact is that the fear is the gift. It really is the gift. It's something that a lot of people struggle with, the idea that they're terrified that AI is going to take over and it's going to take over their job. And I'm here to tell you that that's the best part of this whole story, right? This is the best thing that can happen to you. And why is that? It's because if you're kind of terrified right now, you're about to enter transition, and this channel's here to help you with this, right? So what we're looking for is to dial in, right, your plan so that you're going to feel real comfortable in escaping the system that taught you to think that a paycheck equals safety. But safety now comes from adaptability in an age of AI, right? Every industrial revolution killed one kind of job, and it created hundreds of new ones, whether it was the horse kind of and buggy kind of going away, and then the car and the car factory taking over, and then mass producing cars to the point where it was only cars on the roads. This kind of revolution isn't a bad thing, right? And in this revolution, AI isn't the villain. Complacency is. Doing nothing, hiding under the sand and just praying and hoping. That's the real problem. In this channel, we're going to introduce a central promise. I'm going to show you how to use AI to replace your job yourself. It's going to be on your terms, the way that you want it. And now I'm going to draw a simple workflow of how to go from fear to action to freedom. Let's get going. That's the current state a lot of people are in about their job, okay? And then what we're going to do is, because you're watching this program, we're going to get into action. We're going to start moving things around. We're going to create frameworks. We're really going to make it super easy. Hand-holding the whole way, A, B, C, D, all the way for you to build that bridge to getting that gig set up the way you want it using AI. This is going to be very empowering. Okay, and lastly, so we're going to go from fear to action, and then we're going to get what we really want, which is the freedom, right? So we're going to get the freedom over here because now you're going to be on your terms. And now you're going to be able to make the business the exact way that you want, whether it's a business or freelance or another income source. We're going to get you set up using AI. So you're going to build your confidence around it, right? This is going to be the transition. So if you're here today, this is okay. This is what we're doing. And we're going to get you slowly, step by step, into action. That's why you want to like and subscribe to this channel. That's what we're doing, okay? Now, let's get into the talking points of all of this and why losing your job is liberation. It's not disaster, okay? This is really, really important. Okay, so jobs were built for predictability, and AI is going to end that predictability, right? The real benefit of losing your job is you're going to have the freedom to define your own time, your pricing, you're going to have creative control. And when you work for yourself, every minute that you put into it, build your system, not your bosses, right? Losing your job is going to force the upgrade from the employee mindset, okay, to the creator mindset. This is super important to dial in on, okay? When you lose your job, you gain your freedom. Yeah, it sounds cliche. But when you gain AI, you speed that process up and you gain leverage. This is the ticket, right? Using AI, whether AI is your co-founder or your creative director or your business planner or your mentor, AI is going to help you with this, right? So let's talk about why AI is your leverage tool, right? It's the ultimate tool that never sleeps. It never gets sick. It never has any problems. It never calls in and says, I'm having a bad day. None of that stuff, right? AI is the co-founder you've been waiting for, right? It's practical, right? It works all the time, and it's a force multiplier, right? AI can do in 1 hour what it takes a human to do in 10. I built this channel using AI, just so you understand, right? Like, everything was built. We're going to go over that in a future episode. But what you really want to know is that you don't have to hire an accountant. You don't have to hire a marketer. You don't have to hire a designer or a copywriter or a YouTube channel specialist. You can generate drafts, refine, and launch instantly. That's why I set up this channel, because I was doing it in all my other businesses. And I thought, what is this? This is an incredible ability to be able to basically have an idea and within an hour have a business ready to go, right? So I use ChatGPT a lot. I've gone back and forth between Grok and ChatGPT. I use both. I kind of play once against the other. I compare both. But generally, the basis of things is ChatGPT, right? I use Canva for branding. I use Notion for automation. And I use a few little tools to just do video repurposing like CapCut, right? You don't need to learn coding. You're not going to need to learn prompting. I'm going to do everything for you. Then you're just going to copy paste and do your own thing, right? So that's what makes this channel different, right? AI is not going to make you redundant. It just removes your excuses. And that's why you're on this channel. Click subscribe and get going on this, right? We're going to basically draw now, right? How to get a business going with AI. I'm going to show you a diagram. It's a simple equation. Let's get started with that, okay? So we're going to talk about how to replace your employer step by step. It's going to be fun. So list your core skill, right? Step one. Let's say you're a designer, right? What do you actually do at work? Are you designing, graphics? Are you designing websites? What are you doing, right? Get it down as clear as you can, okay? Number two, and what you're doing, like who would pay for it, right? Is it a freelance thing? Is it a consulting thing? Is it a micro business? Like who's going to pay you, right? You got to figure out who's likely to need your services, or who's already paying your company to get your services, right? Like if the company's billing $300 an hour and you're getting paid $70 an hour, company's clearly getting clients. Where are they getting those clients, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to use AI to automate everything you hate: admin, emails, invoicing, marketing, tax templates, all that stuff, right? And so when you do that, right, who's your clients? We're going to build a system to getting that. And then step 4, right, that system is going to get automated. Now, you don't have to know how to do this. This is what we do step by step. And in step 5, right, this thing's going to get launched fast. Because the goal is to get momentum. It's not to get it perfect, right? It's not to sit in procrastination, analysis paralysis, none of that stuff. We're going to launch fast, and we're going to get some momentum, the big mo. Okay? Now, this is all going to get done with AI, and we're going to do this step by step on this channel, right? So if you haven't clicked like and subscribe, now's a great chance to do that, and I'm going to walk you through all of this. So there's a lot of channels that will focus on brainstorming ideas, once you've got a business, how to do the marketing, all that stuff. We're going to start from nothing on this channel, okay? And so the main thing to do right now is to figure out your job, what the skill is you're good at, how we're going to build a system on that, and then we're going to get you freedom, okay? So this is how we're going to use the co-founder that you've been waiting for, right? AI, that's how we're going to implement it. And so what you need to be thinking about is how to replace your employer. What do I mean by that? Well, we're going to be looking for how to get clients. And now you need to be thinking how your employer gets clients, right? Are they running ads? Are they using a referral system? Do they give 20% off if you introduce a friend? Are they working social media ads, right? And we're basically going to copy that. And then we're going to deploy it on your behalf. If that sounds scary, it might be, but we're going to test how to do it, right? It might be sounding scary, but we're going to test how to do it. We're going to prove that it works. And so this is how you're going to replace your employer. It's going to be smooth and organic. You're going to do it in step, right? So like the first month, you're just building the business with AI. Second month, you're kind of running it. Third month, you're improving it. Fourth month, you're starting to see some results. Fifth month, kind of you're seeing quite a bit of results. Around month 4, 5, 6, somewhere in there, you're going to see that things are cooking. And then it's up to you to figure out, okay, when would it make sense for you to transition out? Could you go from full-time to part-time with your employer and spend the remaining hours on your new business? Do you probably need to quit anytime soon? Like, we're going to make that conversation happen eventually in this channel. But right now, what's important is to understand the basic framework, how to replace your employer. And we're going to make it smooth and organic so you don't have to freak out. And if you're freaking out right now about AI, this is a perfect opportunity. Click like and subscribe and basically get going on how to replace your job with the one that you want. Because the next few decades, this is really, really important. The next few decades are going to split the world into two groups, okay? Those who are waiting to be replaced by AI and those who replace themselves quickly with AI, meaning they replaced their job and they took control of their destiny. And this channel's for that second group, the people who are not going to bury their head in the sand and just wait for things to hopefully work out for them, right? The promise that we're going to do on this channel, future videos, is business frameworks, automation tutorials. I'm going to talk about tax, corporate setup, all the good stuff. Just how to open up a YouTube channel, how to open up an X channel, all this cool stuff that is really very difficult to do on your own. You're going to have to deal with consulting or figuring this out or figuring that out. The beauty is your assistant, your co-founder, your AI co-founder, it's going to do it all for you. In fact, I set up this entire channel literally in an hour and a half. Now, granted, I had one other person helping me, right? Because they were kind of doing a little bit of design work while I was doing the meta of the channel description, stuff like that. But everything you see is basically that, right? The camera setup was already here, right? But the business setup, the YouTube page, all that, the text, everything, all YouTube, all ChatGPT, right? And it just copy pasted it onto YouTube. Now, everything what I'm saying is generated in here, but I had ChatGPT format it for me, right? So it all cleaned up. I said, hey, this is what I want to talk about, and ChatGPT just cleaned it up. So this is kind of how the whole thing has worked out. And this next decade, you really want to be in that group of people who are replacing themselves, not waiting to get replaced. I decided to show how I use AI to the world. Click like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. If you liked what you saw, please click like and subscribe, and then feel free to follow up with this video or this one. They're both going to help you optimize